he can say anything, but there's a lot of Trump, okay, in government. That is or no. So the law is going to change from Monday to the 20th when the Moham will take the form is over. And then if you listen to the last statement, right, when he addressed the parliament, when he addressed the government, okay, as a Labour leader, who will become the Prime Minister on Monday. All right. Now, he said something along the line. He said that the government and the UK should not be panicked. That what makes the government and the UK be ashamed is going to be rectified. You see, he didn't mention immigration. He said, now there's a lot of things now that makes a government and the UK to be ashamed. He said he will start from that. He didn't mention it. But we know, all right? And today we have a lot of things that is happening. And some of us are naive to do that. Now, the reason why, a lot of us are blaming government, even though they are doing too much, they have gone so far. Right? A lot of things. Before they allow you, right, to claim asylum. Right? When you claim asylum, by the rights of whatever you say, you send the application to the Home Office, you send to the Home Office, and then Home Office refuse you, okay, you still have the right of it to stay. Why? Because asylum form, you need the human right. Okay? It's not every application that has the right, of appeal. When asylum and family application, they have the right of appeal. Now, they are changing a lot of things because some of it are caused by the foreigner. Okay? I'm breaking the background so that I will not begin when I'm giving you the point now. I will be making. Now, before, once asylum is in the country, single person, right? It can become 20 people because it's allowed to bring the family. A simple asylum claiming that, okay, I can go to the country of origin because I go to the kids, no matter the ground that we claim, it can bring more of them. And those asylum seekers and some good, a lot of people have entered the country, and then a lot of them breach immigration rules. In the layman, they break the rules. Right? Now, when they break the rules, the country cannot be happy. Right? And then some of the skilled workers now that migrated the country, they are covering some spaces in which their sons cannot. And so that is the reason why they are changing a lot of rules. Although they might not be compassionate on that, it might be complex, but that is because we are ignorant of that. Okay? And we say, and they are changing some rules. So please, you should know that from Monday there will be a complexity. In other words, things will look different. Now let me start today on my heading. Now, how changes immigration rules, okay, can affect you. Alright? Well, that is my profile. Okay, now the rule change. They might also affect how long you have to wait. Okay, how long you have to wait before you can get indefinite leave, okay, to remain a citizen. Now, let me tell you, any student now, or skilled worker, or student, or you are here 5 years, or 3 years, 20 years, it is not, you have not reached, okay? You are not a citizen, you have not have what we call a settlement status. You have not got it, okay? You are still in the mood for, okay, indefinite leave to enter, all right? You are not better than someone who's coming, to the country and his talk is returned. Okay, you have not reached. So, and that is why a lot of people have to wait for the 5 years. Even when they are 5 years and they send application to the Home Office, it still is definitely leave to enter until such you get a letter to the Home Office from the Home Office that you have been granted leave to remain. So that is number one. Now, you see, if you already have indefinitely to remain or settle status in a category, any kind of categories, you see, my final, my here today, I cannot discuss the whole package of Home Office, okay? And I will advise you, if you have any issue about Home Office, okay, or any capacity, make sure you contact your lawyer, okay? Don't do it on your own. That is what special ingredients they are clear. Okay, cleverness, land them in some area. Make sure, okay, you let your lawyers do it for you. Okay, especially in the situation now that everything has to be done, okay, online. Okay, now let's go straight away. Okay, applying for indefinitely to remain on citizenship, okay, which is the most common application in the UK. Move it down. Okay. All right. Okay, it's okay. No, you have omitted 2. Go to 2. All right. Okay. That one's okay. Now, this health and care worker. Okay. Now you wrote it here on my own. You might be affected by the changes to immigration rules if both of the following apply to you. Number 1. Okay. Now, this one has been overruled by the immigration, okay? But then we don't know whether the new prime minister will change it or not. Probably this one is gone already. Okay? Now, no one before, one can apply for Nigeria, for anywhere, one can apply to come here as a key worker. And they say right now, that one is not part of it. It's like, so the same thing is when someone is coming as a visitor. Somebody applies as a visitor now, but that does not mean they are not going to grant it. If he gets here and then I'm trying to say, okay, I want to marry a British national, that will not. This application that he does not have the right of appeal. He doesn't have a right of appeal. And let's talk about those who are already a care worker, who stay. Alright? Now, if anybody wants to apply now, just getting myself okay to go, now they will not grant it at all. There is no grant. But if those who are already here, as to whether they were standing for them, right? Okay, when the new prime minister comes, now it's under the mercy of God. Because by the time he gathers together his government, they must say, okay, this one starts. But as it is, it's still in the white paper. Things are white paper. It means that the immigration rules that are still, under proposal has not become a law until they pass it as a law. All right? But I'm quite sure health care workers are totally out of the way. Okay? I wrote here, said the job is in the adult social area sector if, for example, you are a community support worker, home care worker, resident care worker, which a lot of people are doing. Even people who came as a student, all right, after the 2 years in the university, after the degree has been granted and there's no job, the result of this, now they are taking risk. There's nothing like that. This will be out of the way. Right? Now, if you are in the UK, that's all right. On the health social worker, your visa will still be valid. Okay? If you are now, those who will be coming will not be granted. Those who are here, the visa will be valid as to whether they will continue. Okay? Right? That one is under down because the new prime minister from Monday we might probably affirm on this that the visa should not continue. Now, if that one happen, what's going to happen? Then you have no choice to appeal. Whether you appeal will succeed or not, right, is you might not be having the grounds to appeal. But then you can see, I'm talking about those who are already here as a community worker or care worker. They can still appeal. Okay? But appeal are different. Because a lot of people lie today. Oh, my bill is granted. Oh, my bill is not granted. Every appeal they are different. So appeal has no right of appeal. For example, let's assume that the gentleman came to the country as a visitor. All right, and they play his way around a lady, got a lady involved, and then they started married together, whether it's a cohabiting or he has intention to marry the lady. All right, and when the time comes and the lady has lodged application, you know, the British national will say they lodge application for him, and they send it to the Home Office. The Home Office alone, all right. Even though it's a British national, the Home Office will refuse. Why? Because, okay, application based on the visitor and coming to this country is not appealable. You can't appeal. So, whether he has somebody who stands in the gap who's a British national, no. And if they refuse the application, you can't go anywhere. Though if you can't go anywhere, now because you are still in the country, that what we call a recommendation review, right? Now that review, you know, you can send it to Home Office to look at it again. The will lawyer got it, right? We call it representation. Right? That does not mean they are going to grant it. So because of my time, I don't want to dwell on that. Now let's move forward quickly. Right, okay, if you are in the UK, okay, on a different visa, I want to show, okay, health care to another route. That's another thing, because now you are already in UK, and then for Monday you had that that has been cancelled. Okay, the Home Office still maintains the white paper policy that no one, okay, should be granted leave to enter on the basis of a care worker. Now, is there any other way? If you go to any other route, right? Now, it will help, it might not help. I can't say which route, right? Okay, is it a family? Is it you want to? You want to join your family? You want to have a skilled worker? No, so that one cannot work. Okay, and if you live outside the UK, the skilled worker visa, the graduate worker, and family worker, there were not any changes to family visa. Now, the family visa are quite different. All right, a good example of the family visa is that, for example, a man is here for some years, he has British passport, and he wants his children to join him, that is family visa. Alright? And if they apply, and let's do Nigeria, for example, I'm sorry, I don't know whether other nationality okay, let's say somebody is here, and then he wants his family to come. He's the only one here, but he has got indefinitely to remain, or is already a British national. Then the person is allowed. Okay? You can see now, family visa. The person is allowed to apply for his children to be, and the family to come. You know, the only thing that the man will become what we call a sponsor. And then the mistake we make that makes Home Office to refuse, or a clearance officer in Nigeria is to refuse that we do not give them, okay, the requirement, okay, that are outstanding, okay, and that is why. Now, watch when they refuse, right? When they can say that you have a letter of appeal, in other words, no, but the reason why they refuse you is what your lawyer is going to challenge. As a lot of people do not know that if you have a family, any one of you today, or anyone you know, they can say, all right, they have a British passport, or they have a leave to remain in the country, they want to bring their family, they are allowed. Okay? But what of if they launch the application and the application are refused? What do? Okay? Do you know from that moment, a lot of people give up. They don't know what to do. Right? Now, if they apply in Nigeria or any part of any country and they refuse, right? That's not the end of the road. Okay. Now the sponsor who is applying there, he has to lodge the application here. That is where a lot of people get confused and they don't know what to do. They don't know because they read that appeal cannot be lodged in Nigeria. Yes, appeal cannot be lodged in Nigeria. Then the sponsor who are here, right, can lodge the appeal. The appeal will go to the court here, not in the court in Nigeria. Although the applicant is in Nigeria. So the sponsor will begin the appeal. I did one for my wife long time ago. Okay, one was his sister, right? He turned to come here, went to Nigeria, and then I sat her down and I asked her what she's doing. I told her what document the Home Office want specifically, and then she provided everything. But I'm here, right? I used my wife, I drafted everything, and we sent it to her. I did not include my document because of conflict. She became the how would you do this? But if I include my document at the time I'm sending my wife a document, then I can't do that. And guess what? They refuse. They refuse. I said, no problem, I just laugh because I know what to do. It's okay, send the document I put. If it is somebody who does not know, that will be, we just go, they have refused me and we cry and they have no power to cry. No. And I just got the appeal and then they give us a hearing date. Okay? That's another thing I'm going to see because a lot of people, you are afraid to go to the court. Okay? A lot of you, when it comes in time of appeal, they are afraid to go to court. No one, don't listen to non-lawyers. No one arrests you. They don't arrest you in the court. The court is meant for you, where what we call a presenting officer will come from the Home Office, representing the Home Office. Right? Then you bring your lawyer, and the judge is a neutral person who will look at both cases. So don't run away. So I went to the court, my wife sat down with me, and I challenged the case and I spoke, alright? And that is oral hearing, alright? Okay? Make sure if I sleep, you don't stand up, because I want you to get everything here, right? Now, please note this one. Don't easily give up. Always read or go to lawyer. They will tell you a lot of people in this country now fighting for leave to remain. Okay? Now, and these people should have been carefully because they are ignorant of what to do. Let's assume that I didn't take let's assume that I didn't do the case, alright? The woman will have opportunity to come. So I took my wife to the court, and then the judge asked questions. I do what we call presentation. The judge, right there, the judge, affirm, the judge give allowed that the lady to come, and the lady came. Okay, so it's very important for you that anytime they refuse your case, it doesn't matter whether on the family case or skilled worker or graduate thing, Home Office can refuse. Alright? They can refuse. Especially those of you who are here and you are driving, be careful. All those things. Alright? They can take it against you when you breach the law, or some of you are still naive, you go and claim what we call a public form. They are going to stand for you by the time you be applying for citizenship or leave to remain. Alright? When you preach it. All right. Now, another thing I want to say, which is affecting Nigeria, is that now, if you are in this country and on a visa, on a visa, and you override your visa, and then you send it to the home office, or you want to extend your visa, even though you know clearly that there's no right of anyone that comes as a visitor. Now, let's assume that you just want to stay, you want to be, extending it. And then what is the ground by which you are going to apply for more extension for a visa application? Okay, as a visitor, nothing. But a lot of people, they use logistics. They just now send it to the home office or ask the lawyer to send it to the home office on the basis of medical. Okay, but you have to understand this, that every application sent to the home office has to be supported by documentary evidence. And so the doctor will give you, can say, oh, you have high blood pressure regularly, this thing, or you have so, and then you send it to them. All right. Now they will retain, they will retain such application until a certain stage that they come and be looking for you because you are breaching their pass of case to deportation. Okay. So always make sure that you see, all right, your applications and you don't breach it. That don't overrule it. Now, can you move it forward? Now, okay, before you move it forward, now there's a space there who says about we have to take it now serious, the issue of doing English language required. Okay, both B1, I don't have time to explain, so check up both B1, B2, and D1. D1 is essential, right? You can't expect, all right? Now listen to me, you can't expect is a graduate, right? Who now asks the wife to come from Nigeria. And then when the wife comes, the time comes for you to get, you need to remain at 5 years. Now you have to add the application of your wife, send it to home office. And then your wife, all right, cannot speak, all right, a profound English like a graduate. That is D1. They can use that one. See, I'm telling you, because all those things we don't take it serious. Until home office, we now use that one this way. So that your wife must have, is a deep one, okay? And it's very tough decision for home office that you must have. But then this is not the age that the home office will go on the P1, the basic English language, on basic English. No. All right. Why? They want to complicate everything. So now I want to go on the essential topic to be discussed. Number one. Okay. All right. Okay. Right. I think I've done that one when that was okay. All right. Moving. Now go to university. No. Now, okay, those of you who are here, you might not hear those of you who are here as a student, okay? Now don't blame any universities. Any university you want to go, or you want to advise your spouse to go, or your relative, will be a standard noted by the home office. Okay? Because they are watching them, right? They must follow, all right, the impact. Those will be coming, the document to be checked, the fees has to be paid, the actual fees has to be paid. All those things are very. Now I wrote it there. Now moving forward, as I said, stricter student visa sponsorship rules, right? Okay, all right. So it's very, very important for you to take note of that, right? Moving forward, sir. Now, all right, okay. Now, I said the popular graduate visa introduced allow international students to maintain or to remain in the UK for 2 years after completing the degree under a new policy. This stay will be shortened 18 months. You see now, these are the things I said. I asked you a question. I said, ladies and gentlemen, how many of you know what the changes are coming from Monday? All right. All the changes that have been said that we're scared of have not been implemented. But from Monday now, we will see. Make sure you read your paper or look at, sit down and make sure you listen to him. Right? We don't know. Okay, from Monday now, when the new Prime Minister will form his government, then the proposal will be placed upon him. Now, I was telling somebody today, let me say that one quickly. And that one, the asylum cases, I know nobody is an asylum there, but I am meant to let you know. No, Nigeria, it is not asylum based. Not asylum based. No matter asylum that we put together as a route to get leave to remain in the country, it cannot work. And our president has worsened the whole situation. All right. The other time, the whole president came, okay, and he was with King Charles III. We don't know the meaning. We don't know the meaning. He has baggage. He has a series of documents by which if anybody is to be deported, all right, okay, now to challenge that person now is different. Okay, it's difficult. I mean, a good example is this, right? If somebody now several times have rescued a lot of people from detention, from about to be deported in the airport, okay, to revoke. But revocation is very, very difficult now. Why? Okay, let's assume, okay, a gentle man, okay, is being catched by the Home Office and from detention to the airport, okay, and then I'm asked to go now get there, and then to challenge that case it might be different. He said that if the gentleman does not have a passport, he can't travel. All right. Before, if a gentleman does not have a passport, he has to get what we call a certificate, okay, a certificate from his government, right, who represent here our government, the Nigerian government, the Nigerian house. You have to get a certificate before the deportee can be deported. But today, ordinary a refusal letter, they will use it against you to deport you. And that's the reason why deportation is very speedy now. Because our president is here, right? You know anything about King Charles II, right? It's law. There's a difference between immigration rules and immigration law. Alright? Now anything passed, alright, by parliament, that has become immigration law. The issue of 2 years now will be reduced to 18. That one is still, they are still immigration rules is still within the white papers. It has not been called. So, but then when the Prime Minister comes now, it's up to him, okay, whether it's going to make it good for us or bad. I just pray it's going to make it good for us and neglect, okay, to reduce it. All right. Now, so that one is very important for you to do. Moving forward. All right. Thank you. All right. I think a higher English language requirement, and that is exactly what I just made a good example. That you take this one important. If you are here and you have not been granted leave to remain, and you know you have a spouse, okay, that when you are now, preparing on when the time comes, you are going to send your application to Home Office. You know this one is important. All right, it's important, not ordinary. All right, it's not, they're not going to now base it on, oh, does he know how to speak English? No. They will know, okay, if it is an elderly somebody, especially that elderly, that's somebody, whether it's your mom or your dad, they want that applicant to know, okay, a member of your family that you are going to add, you know, with your application, they will now use D1. In other words, all right, you know, he or she must know how to speak and how to write. And a lot of us are ignorant, right? You think when you send your passport and a letter of sponsor is enough. No. They are home office, and that is why they call it immigration rules. Immigration rules. The immigration officer, chief immigration, they look at the rules. When you have some letters, they refuse you. Look at how, all right, and lawyers challenge the rules. All right? So this one should be taken in place. Moving forward. All right, okay, this is very important. Okay, permanent resident delay. All right, that is one of those things that Bonham is going to work on. We pray that he will not extend it to 10 years. What is know by a lot of people here, or a lot of your family are looking to become a British, become someone who will obtain leave to remain. And then suddenly you said that, now the 5 years now you are looking for is now become 10 years. It's a hard life, okay? Hard life, okay? And that's the reason why they are trying to make sure the school, the universities does not compromise, okay? And then the reason why they cut off the what we call some ski job, some care worker. They want their citizens, people that are born here who have no job, to get a job. Okay. So that one, so okay, I wrote in here settlement route. Okay, settlement route could be a skilled worker, it could be a care assistant, a care or community who still want to extend. A settlement route could be a graduate worker who want to extend it. Right now, okay. Now I wrote here. You can see I just write on my own. It is also a financial body. As a visa renewal, a healthcare surcharges must be paid more frequently, right? In each application, you pay for application and home office application, plus, right, plus surcharges, NHS surcharges, and that would become a body, all right? And that is why one has to be very careful. Okay, and I see some people who are British, not British born here. There's people who are British. Now, people who are British not born here can still be deported. And I tell you what, if he mess up and he does something wrong and he's jailed, all right, he's jailed. From that jail, they can send you to Nigeria. Why? Because of public. The law of public goods is that right, if you come from the jail, it can be dangerous to the public, and so they can now send it, or they will revoke being a British. But they can't do that to people above. The people who are British here can be. So the life is difficult, like America, but British, they're like that. Or if they want to kill you, they kill you sadly, little by little. Or they don't come out like how Trump is so buoyant. So just be careful, okay? And those of you who are still on this route, whether a student visa, whether community for now, whether any form of stay, just be careful. It's good for you to know how to drive, and don't break don't bring these traffic offenses. All those things can stand for you when you are about to get citizenship. And of course, all right, if by the time that you want to renew your paper and your husband, all right, you have mistakenly reported your husband, and you reported it, and home office has noted it, all right, or police has noted it, all right, and then you say, oh, you don't want your husband to go to the prison, no problem. So they return it, but it's noted. When the time you are launching application, they can use it against the husband. Okay? So just be careful, right? And that's what I can say. Do you understand? Just go forward, sir. Okay? Thank you. Okay. All right? Okay? Now, this is the range of the thing now. Okay? This is potentially, this is what the Home Office are aiming to have in the country. Okay? And the eligibility, people like, if you study, you are an engineer, and you are a talent, a global talent guy, well known, all right? Now, okay, easily they want you to stay in their country, all right? But then they can see there's still extension, there's a condition, but you can easily, right? Unlike the care worker, the community worker, they have a council, right? So, okay, that one is very important for those of you who are talented. Yes, okay, go ahead. Then another thing I want to say about that one, should in case, okay, in a few days, should in case that you load your application, when the time comes to get, you definitely need to remain, and they refuse you. If they refuse you, look at it whether you have. Always read. The Home Office will write here, you don't have right of appeal. When they say they don't have right of appeal, right, what do you do? Right? Okay? You can still do something. Now what we call a recommendation. Okay? Or a recommendation review. Okay, you can send it to them. Another thing you can do, alright, the Home Office will tell you in your letter that if you have any documentation to show, alright, that you want to stay in that country, alright, now sure, and that is a fresh application. You can go to fresh application. In that wise, the issue of talent, this thing, you can apply. Alright, just send it to them. Instead of you need to sit down and be kind until you have the power to cry. Alright, so all those things are so important. Now, okay, now, this is very important. Very important. No, I mentioned settlement status, include graduate, include those of you who are still on the community or care, or include a skilled worker. All right. Now, if you whatever you want to do now, I don't care whether you are applying for a student visa, seeking job, sponsor, planning, do it quickly. All right. Before this government get their own organized, all right. You know, some people, they are about to send their applications to Home Office for leave to remain. All right. You are still a leave to enter now, leave to remain. For example, those of you who are on 5 years rules. Now I told you the law will change. Okay, we are still at the mercy of God. Right now. Some people now, they are qualified to send application, but because the Home Office application are so high, am I right? So expensive, especially those applicants who has a spouse, who has a mother, you know, or children, all right? They can end up paying about, 10 grand. And so they said, I don't have money, but I'm qualified already. But your application are not the same. Now, I will advise you to do it quickly, all right? Before Andy Busham will now change everything. Do that one, and that is why I said, okay, early action and credible sources will be your greatest In other words, do it quickly. Don't go and borrow money and do it quickly. Let the application be there on time. Okay? Very important. Okay? Now, okay, let's go. This one now is appeal. We all have appeal. Yes, yes, okay. Now, I go to appeal because of how many minutes I have. So, that will determine something. Huh? All right, huh? All right, okay. Now you will get for this. A young man is in the country. Listen to this. Because I taught the whole church, so I'm trying to do my own finding so that you can understand. Now let me, because I teach people by example of what happened. Now a young man is now, he came to a country on a student visa. He's been granted, he had no problem, and he completed, listen to this, he completed his master degree, and he offered him a job, right? And he was happy, right? Early. You know pounds, he started getting pounds, right? Fabulous money. But the money that he was getting is not in line with the home office threshold. Okay? And he was working. Alright? They are accepting him because after your master, you are eligible to work. But the work, okay, are waiting for you to do something about your visa when it's about, alright, to be expired. So if you are in position of that, when you get a job like that, right, open your mouth, be honest, right? Tell them that, look, the money you have employed me, and the money is very important, listen to me, and the money that you're going to be offering me is not within the salary threshold. What can you do for me? Let them know now. And take a note of what they are going to say. Alright? You can be better rather than grabbing the job and begin to do it. Alright? They are waiting for you. When the time comes, okay, and you did not do anything about your visa, alright, no matter how good you are in the job, they will just tell you, alright, you have five days to leave their work place. And you are HOD there. Okay? At the head of the party, they will tell you. Why? They don't want to break themselves. There's a penalty for education, for any place, any setting. They are not expected to breach immigration rules as you. So they will ask you to leave. But if you have arranged with them, there's something they can do. Tell them, okay, you can, the money they are paying you is not within the threshold. By the time you be with you, are they going to help you? If they don't help you, please don't get another job. Then it become a problem for you tomorrow. Alright? Now, some people get panic when you get there. Listen to me. And when they get to that time, and I'm going to lose my job. Okay, let me quickly look for a lady to marry. Alright? And let's assume that lady, alright, is somebody that came from Nigeria. It's also a nurse. No, nurses are accepted. Right here, they're working, no problem. They can be, okay, the salary can meet the threshold of the NHS. And so the man says, oh, the one I'm working with this company, you can't take me because of my visa. I want to marry to the nurse. Alright? Now there's a danger. The nurse herself, okay, whether her salary, let's assume the nurse has a salary that's within the threshold. But the nurse that you want to marry, right, before she gets her stay, okay, alright, do you know the route? Okay, if she's someone that they have applied to Home Office before it was granted, leave to remain, okay, she has been refused before, okay, restated of our state, then the man will get problem. We have problem. So anyone that you want to do, whether it's a man of that you want to now match up and for you to gain your stake, yeah, make sure you speak to them. Don't play the game of when you get to the bottom line, then they drop you down. Okay? So very, 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 very important. This is exactly what some people are doing. Negotiate with the workplace. Let them know what they want to do for you. If they don't have you, that's not the end of it. Go and get another job, rather than spoil your the route to live to remain. And I told you, right? Everyone who is a student, you are still under the 5 years. Sorry, you are 5 years. You are having a leave to enter. You are not better than people who are just come yesterday and they say you are welcome. Leave to enter is quite different from leave to remain. Right? Okay. Now, okay, move this one, sir. After that, thank you, sir. Now, okay, this is the way. Okay, I'm asking a question. What is the first time tribunal? Okay. Now, this is because a lot of you are having problem about this. Okay? That's what we call oral hearing and hearing by paper. If by any means I don't pray for it, okay, that you have a problem in the Home Office and you have the right of appeal. I think I've discussed those cases, those applications that does not get the right of appeal. But if your case has the right of appeal, right, this is how, okay, right, how the system of the tribunal. Okay, a lot of people will say, oh, lawyer, okay, because I'm now on the ground, okay, I don't have paper. That's what they don't have paper. So if I go to the court, they will arrest me. No one will arrest you. Okay, there's no law that says you should be arrested. All right, those who are arrested, they are under. I did a case. That person, African, was arrested. Even though I still went to the court, and they did what we call a video hearing, right? Okay, I will ask a question, they brought him for the detention. Okay, I will ask him a question for the video. From that place, okay, they return him. Those people, they are already arrested. But because if you go on oral hearing is better than paper hearing. Paper hearing that a lot of us, you lose opportunity. Oh, lawyer, you know what to do, just do it. And the lawyer will write, okay? He will write the reason why you have to stay in the country, he will post you. Alright? It will disadvantage you. But whereas when you go to the court, alright, and after your lawyer has finished what we call a submission, okay? A submission or litigation, right? Okay, for you. The judge can just look at you because of your presence. All right? He can just look at you and ask you personally. All right? But what if you ask the lawyer just to do it by hearing? All right? They can ask. The paper is not you. So be careful about oral hearing and the hearing by paper. All right? Go by oral hearing. Okay? No one is going to detain you in the court. The judge is meant to hear you, to see you, and they help a lot. Okay, they help a lot. Okay, but when you are going, okay, make sure that okay, the documentary that you needed to do, right, do it. Especially those who have a medical condition, it will help your hearing in the court. Okay, so know that one. All right. Now another one is that if someone is being arrested and is in detention, right? Now you are in detention as long as you don't have a criminal case, right? You should be, right? You know, you should be released to go home, all right? But if you have a criminal case the Home Office do not trust anymore, and that is why they retain. It's not everybody that is in detention, all right, it's in detention, and that is what Home Office do. The reason why they kept him here is because they don't trust him. I do it every time I negotiate. I write a letter, oh, can this one be released? And they say they can't. Okay? And they are, they are falling into this immigration rules before, and then he ran away. Somebody that ran away cannot be trusted. And that is why they retain. All right. Now, detention is not a place that you'll be running, or those who go to sign. All you can do, they can reduce or sign it, but then signing in the police station or detention centers is not an offense. All right, and you should not be fearful. I use a client who signed religiously or faithfully. I use it to law in his favor, because by the time I will send application to Home Office or I'm doing it, I will take the job. All right, it's very faithful because for some years he has been religiously signing police station or detention center. But what if you are afraid and you withdraw? All these little things, because all right. Now moving forward, sir. All right, right of appeal, and this is very important. Okay, right of appeal to the first tier tribunal against a UK visa or immigration decision. Not all Home Office immigration decision can be appealed. I think along the line I've mentioned it. Okay? And if I ask you a question now, I don't know, as a student, I don't know whether you can remember. Okay? I told you, okay, if anybody comes from, if your mom, if your sibling come as a visitor, okay? Right? Let him finish 6 months. Before 6 months, let him go home. Okay? Let him go home and come again. Right? Don't let him use the whole 6 months. Okay? Let him use it and go home. But if he decided to stay, you know what we call underground. Aha! He's on his own. Okay? Anyone that comes as a visitor, there is no way he can marry anyone and they will walk. Okay? They will give him leave to remain. Talk less of citizenship or red passport. So if that one has a case, right? All right? And Home Office, what do you think? He does not have rights of appeal. But then you see, God is greater. All right? If he used to do it, I use all those things, to still make sure my clients stay in the country. We start by logistics. All right? We say, all right, it has, we can change it to asylum route before they refuse asylum. Yeah, he has, gained ground in the country. All right? Now, if asylum does not work, we go to medical reason as a medical. As long as you can produce it to law. If that one does not work, before you know, the person is 10 years in the country. Now, if I can't do anything, then I will do what we call administrative review. I will leave it there. Okay? People who does not have the right to appeal, right, and his application is the Home Office, should not be pushing Home Office. Okay? Don't push the Home Office, because the more your application is there, you know who you are. The more your application is there, is the longer it stays in the Home Office, the better for you. Okay? Alright. And we know 14 years through now, 14 years through are people who have been in the country for a long time, right? A long time, 14 years, has been in the country, doesn't know what to do. No passport, nothing to read, no application you can send. Then he has been in the country for a long time. And the Home Office said, okay, if you are now, before 10 years, you can, okay, by 14 years, they now give you leave to remain. Alright? You are underground, what we call underground. But that law has changed. It's no more 14 years. 14 years has been changed to 20 years. You can see how they are making it tight. And when it is 20 years in the country, they will still consider some things. they will consider whether he, has breached immigration rules, whether he has whether he has collected what we call public funds. They are not going to give it because giving you stay on the 40 years rule. I want you to listen. Giving you stay on the 40 years rule, it won't go a compelling compassionate. Okay, all right. I don't know whether I can say it in Yoruba. It's what the Bible says, grace. Alright? You are not qualified for this, but by mercy. So it's compelling compassion. And that is why you see they will write it, I'm giving you stay outside immigration rules. You do not qualify for it. For the fact that you are staying for 20 years in the country, you don't breach, there are no police cases, you don't take their money, then you can stay in their country. Alright? Now I'm quite sure that one is the only one that will not be changed. Anything about 10 years, you are 5 years, alright, from Monday, when Andy Bushham be taken, all those things. Let me be frank with you, ladies and gentlemen. All right, this country, everyone needs to be here. Everyone. The only people now who can listen are the children that they are born here. Now you are here, you have red, and you are both. Alright, you are not born here. Alright? You don't know what is going to happen. By grace, help others. Okay? And keep yourself low. And I can tell you, alright, some silly, rubbish application can still make you to become someone that has a red passport, which I have done before. I can be both of them. But then every application has to read it. If you are to represent yourself, read it. Don't spend rubbish. Specific knowledge required, useful knowledge required. Okay? You read it, they will ask you home office, chief preparation officers and those who consider. They look at the rules. This and this and this. Okay? So now let's go. I'm coming to end now. Oh, let me read this one. Okay? What an applicable human rights claim. I think this is just family. I told the family members the private life application. Now please listen to this. Now this one relates to women. Okay? If your child is in the country, all right, you brought the child to the country. It's not born here. When the child leave, habitual, they call it habitual living. Or by law, they call it habitual resident. Your child is living 7 years in the country. You know you are still waiting you are still in the process of to get this thing. That child can help you to it can accelerate your stay. You lodge application, don't wait. When the child and the home office still playing game with you, or they can't give you whatever, the child is 7 years. Now by law, by human law, so human rights law, the child cannot be returned to Nigeria. That one I'm quite sure this country cannot change. It's so difficult. I have used that, my wife is here, I've used that one to rectify a load of cases in a short. 7 years rule, 7 years rule, 7 years rule. And those people now, they have lived with me. Alright? They call it a private life. You can't deny a child who grown up here, alright, what they know is here. Right? They have not known anything in Nigeria. What they know here, education they know here, the playground, the community here, and you said you want to deny, the mother. You can't deny about mother. So when the mother is not being threatened to be deported, that child has to be used. Alright? And that is why make sure you don't do this. Go to a lawyer who can help. A lot of people are ignorant of this and they have seen themselves in Nigeria. Private, and though the child has used or become habitual and has become a habitual resident. Although if it is the mother alone, the mother can go, but because of the child, it's still. Okay? Now it's not getting tougher. Alright? Can that law be used for the whole family? Okay? Yes. Alright? Before, alright, they use it more for a mother than the father. Alright? And that is why you have to be very careful when you speak, when you throw and promise. Okay? When you throw your husband out quickly by your mouth, alright, they can wait for you when you want to get your stick. It can affect you. Because before they give it to the family based on the child to the mother, then today they now change the law, right? They ask the mother to go and produce the child and the father. Alright? It's not that, the child was born to this. No, he has to be born to someone. He might go after. Okay? What if you have seen the father? If you have reported the father, okay, that is molesting you as a domestic violence. Okay? I'm not trying to listen. For those of you who are ministers, I'm not trying to. Okay, I'm doing my job here. I'm not trying to encourage domestic. But be careful. Exercise patience, leniency until everything works for you. Okay, all right. The immigration, what do you call it? Immigration center is full of what we call it, husband and wife. Okay, it's full when they have the opportunity. Okay, so like private line application, you can see it there, right? Okay, can you move forward? I'm using. Okay, move forward. Okay, application submitted outside the UK, right? Okay, can application. I've said that. Okay, the one I did for my wife's sister is the application done in the country of origin, Nigeria. Right, we submitted it here. We didn't get the sponsor applicant, not the applicant. And today, when they refuse entrance, visa entrance, no, people are wasting time. No, tell the applicant collect it from the Nigeria, this thing there, let them send it to you, lodge your application. If the deadline, the timeline, time limit expire, then they say you appeal outside rules. Now, moving forward. Take your dad. Wait for okay. Move forward quickly. Right. I think I've okay. Limitation on right of appeal decision to the first decision is necessary. Okay. Always look at the appeal. Okay. Appeal and make sure that you appeal within the time limit. Moving forward. Thank you, sir. Moving forward. Thank you. Now I've spoken about the okay. All right. Well, this is okay. All right. Okay. Go ahead. Okay. Wait. Now, can I make a fresh application instead of or as well as appealing? Yes, sir. As well as thank you. As well as appealing to the first time immigration. Right. Now, what's saying that if I refuse my application, whatever application you have, okay, and you appeal, all right. Now, can you, if you are afraid, can you make a fresh application? Yes. All right. Your lawyer will be in the position to tell you that I am appealing and you don't have credibility. In other words, your documentary evidence, your documentary evidence for that is not strong. Now, before the judge make decision, you can send a French application. Now, a French application will be a bad time. Just begin to go from one place to another. Okay? Now, another question. Okay. Another question. These are the questions that I've answered. So that is it finished?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. They are all there. Okay. They are all there. Right. Okay. Can care worker? Right. Okay. Now, can care workers still apply for UK visa after the overseas recruitment ban? They ban it. All right. Those of you here, okay, how to extend is what we're looking for. But for one from Nigeria, no. Okay, no community worker, no care worker. That one has been banned. I don't think it can be in exam. How does a new university levy affect traditional students? Yeah, affect you because they are going to increase it. Right? Okay, what is the new duration of the UK graduate visa or as in this? All right, when you finish, I think I've explained it today. When you finish, okay, you are allowed to work. But when you are taking a job, make sure you put in your brain the salary threshold. You are not going to meet it. All right? But if you're looking to have a job that they call you, they like HOD or whatever, negotiate with them. Okay? I do not, but by the time I'm going to renew, will you help me? If they don't help you, leave. Okay, go and get another job. That's okay. Now, what are the new English? I've told you that one skill. B1, D1 are very important. You can't renew your paper and say, okay, the person you are renewing for or your family goes, it's okay, they are leaving. Okay, they don't take that one before. Okay, can international students still break dependent under the year 2000 rules? Now, the year 2000 rules, I can't answer that one. Say yes or no, because from Monday it will depend. All right. Okay. Another rules will come on this one. Okay, because the rules that the old Prime Minister will stammer, right? The rules now, as I said, majority of them, right, is agreed, all right, to be changed by the one is going to be there on Monday. So we don't know. All right, okay. Is the 10 years permanent resident weight or route applicable to all migrants? Okay. No. All right. It's not. All right. Now, okay. The 5 years now, they said they are going to change it to 10 years, but it's still not. They are still going to be concessions or conditions, right? Okay, because people who are already in the country might not apply to them. How does the UK high potential individual visa work? I've explained that what is the alternative for skilled migrants after the new restriction. Now, I've said it for those of you who are listening. All right? Okay? Alternative is to negotiate with or work, or to make sure if you want to go another route, marry what we call people who have definitely to remain, or people who have national, British national. Now make sure you know. Don't just do it, right? By the reason that you're having problem. Know it so that you don't move from fire to what? Fire brand, okay? Now, what is the alternative of ski? All right. Okay, yeah. Is it finished? Right, thank you. Right, now, okay. Yeah, you want to. All right, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
I want to make a clarification. You said need to enter, need to remain. Need to enter. Is it not for people just trying to come into the UK? People making application from outside of the UK. Is that not what we call need to enter? Yes. And then for every one of us here, either or indefinite leave or need to remain. remain. But when you were talking, you seem to mix it up. That's the first one. The second one is the family life and private life. You said private life is for private. Yes, and private life. You said private life is when you have a child. Is that not family life? Private life is not when you spend half of your life in the UK. Half of your, maybe I'm 40, I spent 20 years in the UK. Is that not private life?
No. That one is private life. Okay. Then when you have a child, it's also private.
It's not called family life.
It's the family, yeah. It's still family. That's what I discussed it on that family.
So my question now is, that one was clarification. My question is...
Let me answer this first one.
Okay, let me just ask the question so you take it. My question is, for most of us here, what pertains to us, because most people's visas has expired or will expire soon and no sponsorship yet. Now, some people go to do what we call further give to the main. Now, what's the implication of doing further give to the main? And when they get an immigration bill or not, when no more fees refuse them, as an experienced immigration lawyer, what's the percentage of success of further give to the main? Because most people seem to go to it. So, what's the success rate?
Alright, okay, let me. You have 3 questions in one. Let me just. Okay, that is the way everybody understands it, and that's why you can see now. Now you are now here, all right. The application you are going to make on your 5 years when you stay in 5 years here, when you make the application, it's not listening. So when you make the application to the home office, all right. Now the paper you will get is what? Okay, now they have considered it. Okay, every documented evidence, they are now giving you and your family indefinitely leave to remain. Am I right? You just give it, right? Now, okay, in that route, you are still here. You are still having 2.5 years. 2.5 years. It's still what is applied to you is that is leave to enter. You are still within the leave to enter to leave to remain. So that is what I'm explaining. If you like, you can say all right. You say all right. That route that rule of meeting definitely to remain already.
On most applications, the right LC limited time to remain. Limited time to remain. So what does it mean?
Yeah.
They don't say limited time to enter. They say limited time to remain.
That is what.
Once you are on visa, they say you have limited time to remain, not limited time to enter.
Yeah. We thank God. But when the reason why we don't know, by the time we have a little problem, you see how interpretation. All right. And you understand. You have to. I go to court. All right. That is all. We have a chief immigration officer. We also have a literary officer. That is the normal thing that they write. I'm coming. When you are in the room, you are still within the leave to enter and the way to remain. Now, the last one you just said.
What's the success rate of further going to remain that you've done? If you're further going to remain, what's the success rate?
All right, now, look, if I tell you a specific campaign, I will be misleading. Let's wait. Okay, let's wait for this because a lot of changes who are now in before that. All right, let me take one more.
You made mention of when a child has been a child has been born after 7 years because of the person who my question is, if a child was born in the apply to section?
No, I can hear. A child
has
been brought here,
brought in less than a year that hasn't seen anything for Nigeria. Does it apply to such child?
No, what the mother has in mind, right? It doesn't apply. You brought the child from Nigeria, he has spent what we call less than a year.
No, No, the child. Okay, let me tell you.
How does it make apply? Yeah. All right. I mentioned something about habitual resident. Did you hear what I said? That habitual resident. Sorry. Even if you have an old age mother, all right, that is coming and going, that is coming and going. When the time comes, just because it's coming and going, you just add that application to you. They can refuse her because she's traveling. She has not stayed here habitually. So a child that you bring from Nigeria, they want to see that the child has, I say, 7 years in the country, and they call it habitual living. How many years?
Less than 7 years.
That's what they're going to
4 years.
4 years. And then wait.
7 years
All right, yeah.
Is it going to be
7 years
applicable?
applicable.
Is it going to be
Now, what I understand, what it says that it's used to this thing, it came here when she goes. No, they don't. You have to place it as a wait, you know, your time is up. All right, okay? Am I right?
I think there's one more question over there.
I